If you're watching this for the first time, this is Vishnu. I took a loan of 7 lakhs in order to start my clothing brand, and I told myself that I'll pay it back in 6 months. It's been 3 months already. I still haven't launched my brand yet. In this video, I'll be covering what are the process happening and what's the update for brand and current situation of GENTAZY right now. If you're someone who wants to do something in your life, or if you're someone who is having a dream and don't know how to move towards it, watch this video. You might find something useful, some ideas you might get. I'm not going to teach you how to start a clothing brand, how to do stuff and all, no way, because I myself don't know. Now I'm learning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share whatever my experiences, whatever I have faced, I have learned, but I am in the learning stage, so I can't teach you. I don't have that qualification to teach you, but I'll share with you the things I learned. Okay, so few things might be useful for you to travel towards your dream. I've been working on this brand for quite some time. It's been 3 months. For the past 3 months, what happened? The initial stage of whatever you're starting, that is the most important, crucial part. Why it's crucial is, let's take this example. When you're starting to build a house, there will be nothing. It will just be plain ground. In that, you will build a base. With the help of the strong base, only you start to build the house slowly. Same thing applies for everything. Okay, if you're building something in the initial stage, you have to build a strong foundation. There are things which you have to do mandatory. Both it may be a legal stuff, or it may be ideating and aligning your visions also. Legally means you have to file the documents and stuff. Those are some shitty paperwork, lot of complications, and there are professionals, so you can get their help to give you some advice and all. The main thing is, when you're starting something, giving it a name, make sure that name is available. Make sure you take trademark for that name, okay? Because when we started GENTAZY, we were having a lot of ideas for the name, brand name, cool names. When we searched, we didn't find any. Nothing was available, okay? Literally nothing was available. If you come up with a random name which is not in any dictionary, some, like a random, what do you call it? Made up name, when we search in the portal, it won't be there. Someone would have taken it already. It was very, very hard for us to get for a brand which suits our vision and goal, our brand's belief. While we were thinking which will be more suitable for a brand, that's when we came up with GENTAZY. Generation plus fantasy, GENTAZY. I can't explain how grateful I am to that we got this name. It might be a coincidence, but I really can't wish for a better name, more suitable name than GENTAZY. Okay, let's get to it. Back to the topic. What happened is, we started with the legal and filing documentation works. One more thing is there, when you're doing something, there are things which are in your control and there are things which are out of your control, external things. If things are in your control, it's in your hand to complete the task, okay? So you can complete it. But if there are certain things which are not in your control, those things you have to depend on others for that task to be completed. It's not an option, it's mandatory. Mandatory stuff, some mandatory task has to be completed by someone other than you. Easy example is, if you want to open a bank account for your business, it's mandatory, okay? Bank account is mandatory. You can use your personal account. In my case, what happened is, it literally took 1 month. More than a month to open a bank account. Yeah, I'm not going to tell the bank name and all. Yeah, but still, I just wanted to address what happened. It literally took more than a month to open a single current account, bro. Yeah, these things, you yourself can't open a bank account. You can't go to a bank. Okay, fine. My account is open. No, that's not how it happens. You have to fill the form. You know the procedure, anyways, right? So yeah, those guys has to process. Okay, external people who should complete the test. So these things take time. These things are initial stuff. Depends on how fast you complete these initial things, then only you will be able to proceed with launching your business, okay? So in our case, for completing the documentation and all itself, it took 2 months, literally. And those 2 months we didn't entirely spend on the documentation. We side by side documentation was going on, and at the same time other activities like designing and sourcing fabric and researching R&Ds, looking for a proper manufacturer, website, packaging, sourcing a proper vendor for our packaging was a task. Photo shoots and ideating. Okay, all these things were going on side by side. And you remember one thing, it is very, very important to ideate everything. Even a single dot, you have to ideate it. because ideating is very important. You should take it seriously, okay? Because some people know they don't ideate anything. They just, example, if you take a clothing brand itself, as I am starting my brand, I can talk about clothing brand only. So other things I have no idea about. If you take a clothing brand, many people what they do is, okay, clothing brand, okay, fine. If we just have to go there, we just have to buy some ready-made t-shirts or sweatshirts or hoodies, whatever it is, and we can just print it and sell it. Or some people even don't even print, they just print their brand name, so-called brand name, and sell it. Okay, that's it. They just think, okay, that's it. Fine, my brand is launched and everything is going smoothly, fine. But the thing is, that won't last. That will never last, okay? Because they didn't ideate anything. They themselves don't know what their brand is about, what their vision is, what they want to do, what they want to offer, okay? What their product stands for. Nothing, no clue. They have no clue about it, okay? So that's why I'm saying you have to ideate, you have to plan. At the same time, you should not spend your entire life planning. But you should have at least a bit of, at least a little bit of clear idea what you're going to do, what your brand stands for. Okay. For example, because everything after that depends on the ideation only. If you take the case of GENTAZY, we had to ideate everything, okay? Everything from scratch, everything. Like things like what our brand stands for, what our product stands for, what is our brand's belief, and what is our brand aesthetic, what is our brand color theme, how we want to showcase our brand, and how we want our products to look, and font and packaging, everything, colors, everything, literally everything, okay? Even if you are posting a poster in social media, I sit and ideate how it should look. Okay, if it looks like this, will it suit our brand's aesthetic? Will it suit our brand? Will it align with our brand's belief or not? Okay, so no matter what you do, everything should connect with this thing, which is your brand's belief and aesthetic. Ideating this thing is really important. That's what I'm saying. In the initial stages, you have to ideate these things. So these things will be the core of your brand or whatever you're doing. This will be the core, okay? So after this, from this, take this as a root, okay? From this, whatever you're starting, whatever you're planning should connect to this, okay? Then only everything will look uniform. That's why ideating stuff is very, very important. It's okay to take time. Just don't rush, but be obsessed. It's okay to take time, but don't start without ideating. You should have a clear idea, vision, how you want it to look after few years, 10, 20 years, maybe even 50, 100 years, whatever. But you should have a vision. Let me tell you how I figured it out, okay? How I figured it out, let me share with you. I didn't have a clear picture in the beginning, okay? All I knew was I wanted to do this. I want to start my brand. That's all I knew, to be honest. But I didn't know how. That's true. I didn't know how. I didn't know how I want my brand to look. I didn't know what are we going to do. I had a very rough idea, but it was not polished. Later what happened is, what I will do is, I will literally sit and think, okay? No matter, even if I am sitting simply, I'll think about it. Even if I'm doing some work, I think about it. Okay. Before we get into all that, let me introduce myself in 10 seconds. As I told, my name is Vishnu, and I'm not a full-time clothing brand owner. I'm a full-time bank employee. Yeah, I work in a bank full-time, and I'm pursuing my dream. Bank is not my dream, okay? This is my dream. GENTAZY is my dream. So I'm pursuing my dream once I get back from work. Yeah. I literally go to office at 10:30 in the morning and come to home by 7:30, 8, depends, okay? After that, I sit and work. Even now the time is, I think, around 12:30 or something, 1, I think, okay? So I'm shooting this video. Tomorrow morning I have to go to work. So this is how it's happening. So this is about me, a banker who's pursuing his dream, which is a clothing brand, and its name is GENTAZY. Now let's get back to the topic. How I figured it out is, I literally sit and ideate. No matter, even if I'm in office, my brain will be thinking about GENTAZY. Okay, this is what I'll be thinking. I'll be very obsessed. Okay, that's the solution. Obsession. Okay, you should be obsessed with whatever you are doing, whatever you love. You should be obsessed with it. It may be even if you're in love with a person, you should be obsessed with that person. Okay, that's nothing wrong. That's how it works. So same thing goes to your dreams. You should be obsessed. Like I'll be 24/7. I'll be thinking about it. Even if I'm going to bed, I'll be thinking about it. Even if I wake up, the first thing comes to my mind is, what next? What should I do? Even if I go to office, I'll be working like this, and my brain will be thinking about a brand, and I'll be having a diary below the desk. Okay. Suddenly some idea will pop up. I'll just note it down in my diary, okay, or else I'll just take my mobile and note it down. That's the notes app, right? So yeah, that's how. Okay, even when I'm going to have a coffee or something, even when I'm at lunch, I'm not joking, or I'm not telling this, over exaggerating. This is the truth. This is how I figured out. Okay, this is literally how I figured out. I will literally force myself to think about my brand. I force myself, okay, what should I do with this? How should I design this? How I want this to be, like that. That's how after I kept on thinking, after a point of time, as you know, our brand's aesthetic is futuristic, okay? Futuristic aesthetic. That too, in that we have different two categories. We are not just a futuristic brand, no. I was like, okay, I want it to be like this. How can I make it unique? How can we make it look different? This thing and all is a big topic. I'll explain this thing in a separate video. If you guys comment down below if you want to listen. Yeah, that's how I came up with the aesthetic. Even the brand name itself, we were discussing a lot. Even the products, even the designs. As I told earlier, everything you do has to link to that core, the root of your brand. Likewise, when we are designing a product, our products are based on a belief that dreams will come true only through actions. Okay, if you don't take actions, your dreams will never come true. So if you want your dream to become a reality, you just have to act towards it. Okay, this is what our products are based on. This is what GENTAZY truly believes in. No matter what. So based on this, our designs should resemble this. I used to say, okay, how am I going to design a product for this cause? So I just sit and think. Okay, what designs should symbolize this? That's how I sit and ideate, come up with various options. Okay, and I just note it down, and I just compare it. Okay, which one will look good? Okay, this will look good, this won't. Okay, reject this and take this. Like that, I just sort it out, and that's how I come up with the idea. And even I have my partners and friends to ideate and discuss, brainstorm. Yeah, so that's how it's going on.